Those of you who got an invite, welcome to Nerd Prom.
No matter where in the world you are, we're all Nerds International. With the hyphen.
Alright, YouTube, it's Mr. Mean coming at you from very sunny Beaumont, Texas. Temperatures are starting to warm up a little bit, although we got a good breeze today. Let me raise this chair. I'm too low. Mr. Mean doesn't like to sit that low. We got a nice breeze today. It's dare I say, on the chilly side. I saw people outside wearing coats. I, on the other hand, was in shorts and a t-shirt because I'm mean, and my mean keeps me warm. So, whole bunch of stuff going on. Sorry I haven't posted a video in a week or so. It's been crazy busy. I've been trying to prep for a Tephra online game, but unfortunately that's going to have to be put on the wayside. I need to reach out to my players. I took a mental health day today. I was not feeling good. I'm feeling a little bit better now. Still got a nagging headache in the back, but big changes coming from Mr. Mean. Moving my family, hopefully, if everything goes well, moving my family to Minnesota. I have a good friend there, and things have worked out that I'm gonna move there, and I'm gonna make a new life for me and my family. I'm tired of the South. Texas is just not the area for me. There's nothing wrong with Texas, and everybody who loves it, loves it. I do not. I don't like the heat. I don't like swamp ass. I don't like the humidity. It doesn't bother me. I don't like it. I can live in it. I lived in Louisiana for 3 years. Didn't have a problem. The humidity is just as bad here. It's just I can't find work. I can't support my family. And I'm, almost 51 years old this summer, and I come from a generation that believes that men should support the family. I have no problem with my wife making more than me, and or supporting me, as long as I feel that I'm pulling my weight. But unfortunately, I just can't find decent employment out here. I work for a shit company. They don't care about us. They've made that very evident, and basically, when I went in to talk to them about a pay raise, they basically said, sorry, go somewhere else. So that's what I'm going to do. You don't need to hit me upside the head to tell me I'm not wanted. So I've been looking at the jobs in Duluth and the job boards and everything, and it looks pretty promising. Of course, I'm not going to apply for any jobs until I get there and get everything squared away. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We want to talk about games. I just wanted to give you guys a brief heads up that if I go radio dark there in a month or so, that's why. It's because I'm moving across country. We're going to drive, and I foresee it taking 4 days with the baby, because we're not going to be able to drive 8 hours straight like we did from Arizona to Louisiana when it was just my wife and I. We've got the baby, and the baby needs diaper changes and stuff. He's a year and 2 months now, so he's getting way better. He's so much fun. I'm so happy to be a dad, and that again is the other reason for the move. I need to provide for him, and I just can't do it here. Nobody around here wants to pay. I can't get a plant job. They outsource all the IT jobs. But again, I'm babbling and I'm bemoaning my situation, and you guys don't want to hear that, and I apologize. I'm going to go into this first off saying, I saw on Facebook about a week ago this company called Skull Splitter, and they've been advertising for a while, where they did like all sorts of dice in these nice little metal boxes with different logos on them, and the dice was a standard set of dice, a D20, D12, percentile, a regular D10 and a percentile D10, a D8, and a D6 and a D4. And they're metal dice, very nice looking, about $30, $35 on average. Some of the less popular colors or whatever were a little bit cheaper or on sale. And I had picked up a set of dice from my local game store book stand for, I want to say under $15. And it was 2 metal D20, and they were like this anodized purple, pinkish, reddish, I don't know what color to call them, but I like them, and they're heavy, and they feel good when you roll them in my dice box. And I wanted more, but I didn't want to spend $35 on a set of metal dice that I hadn't seen or hadn't tested. And so I was tooling around, and they've been blamming because I do a lot of gaming stuff on my Facebook feed. And so, of course, I get hit with gaming type ads for tabletop RPGs, which I'm okay with. And so I saw Skull Splitter, and they had a variety pack, basically. It was $9.95 plus tax, so it came out to right at $13, I think, including shipping. And for that, you were guaranteed a random metal die and a full set of dice, of their dice that they make. And then I don't know if it actually said a bunch of random dice in it. I thought that's all you were getting. For $9.95, I thought you were getting a set of polyhedrals and then a random metal die. And I was okay with whatever I got. If I got a D6, most of the games I play need one or more D6s. If it's like D&D or Pathfinder, or, you know, Coriolis uses D6. So I was like, I'm okay if I get, you know, a D6. I already got 2 metal D20s, and I love them. I use those in my D&D game and in any other games, my Conan game and my Mutant Chronicles game, because they're metal, and I got 2 of them in a box set, just a generic box. Very cool. Anyway, long story short, it came in today. It came in a mailer. I already opened it and everything, so I'm not going to do an unboxing. But this is what came in it, and it had a card in it, a Skull Splitter, and you can visit them at skullsplitterdice.com. I highly recommend that you make a trip over to their website. But let's look what came in the pack. So this is the nice little felt bag. It's got drawstrings on it, you know, with 2 little nubs on it. Pretty well done. It's not going to fall. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart real quick. And you can hear. I was impressed with the fact that, you know, yes, I got a set of dice. I got a blue set of dice here. They're like frosted blue, metallic blue. They've got little sparklies in them. Let's see if it'll focus on that real quick. I guess that's as good as we're going to get. But it's a standard polyhedral set. D20, D12, percentile D10, D8, D6, and a D4. So I don't really have a need for another set of dice. I've got tons of dice. I've got more dice than I can shake a stick at. Hold on. This is Mr. Means. Yeah, Crown Royal bag my ass. Have a treasure chest, bitches. Yes, a nice big treasure chest full of dice. Those are my Numenera dice up there. Those are pretty cool. I dig those. I've got all kinds. The vaunted D100 dice. These are hard as hell to find. I've got 2. A Paizo D20. Says Paizo on it. I got that for ordering something. I don't even remember what I ordered. Anyway, a plethora of dice in here. In a pirate's treasure chest. You can't beat this. I picked this up somewhere. I don't even remember where I got it. It was $20 at Hobby Lobby. $20. And I thought it was awesome. I actually used it in one of my role-playing games as a prop. But like I said, I got plenty dice. So I'm going to give this to my good friend Dorothy. She never seems to have enough dice. So I'm going to give those to her. But then I also got, of course, the D20, which is, like I said, it was random. And I got, let me get it here. Let me get it on the right side. I got this grayish metal looking one. D20, and you can hear that hit the table. That's pretty hard. Nothing really seems to be wrong with it. It's got a little, well, I wouldn't even call it a scratch. It's metal. But the numbers are clearly visible. I like the color. So, of course, I got that, and that's going to go in fact, I'm going to leave that out so I can put it in my D20 bag. And then I got, let's see, oops, Gravity Works. I am unprepared, peoples. Unprepared. Bad GM. Power cords everywhere. Let's see how many dice I got here. Let me pull those aside. D8, D10. Bunch of D10 and a D12. So I got 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I got 16 extra dice. out of those 16, 6 of them are D6s, and they're all random. I don't know of a good way to show this, maybe like that. So there's a whole bunch of random dice there. And look, I'm dropping shit again. Good thing to have big feet. I can use my toes to pick shit up. I know you guys don't care about that. But there's a random set. There's the 2D4s, pretty similar in color. One's a little darker than the other, but nice D4s. Actually, they're same color. Just one's a little slightly different. 1D8, just a red D8. 1D12, a black generic D12 with white letters, easy to see. I got 5 D10s. This never works. 5 D10s. 2 red, 1 green, 1 yellowish gold, and 1 and two green, 2 red, and 1 yellow. And then a very cool, because purple is my favorite color, a very cool D20 in purple. So very stoked about that. So that was all the dice I got in, and then also got a cool sticker that I put on my laptop. This is my gaming laptop. It's just a little Lenovo Yoga 11-inch. It was a salesperson at work, and they totally trashed it. You can see the cover looks just like that. So I went and got a nice decal and put on there. I'm a Green Lantern fan. The nice thing, this turns into tablet mode, or tent mode. So if I want to display a video while I'm running, I can do that. But what was cool is it came with this nice sticker as well, the Battle Hammer or Skull Splitter sticker, which I really liked. And so, needs to say, gaming laptop. Got to have a gaming laptop or a tablet or a Chromebook or whatever. It's very handy to have it at the game table. So that was for a little bit over $13. I threw the invoice away already, so don't remember. But I gotta say, totally dandy with the bag. I like it. I like the red D20. It all works. Yeah, that's gonna go in the old bag of dice there. Like I said, these I'm gonna give to Dorothy because I think she could use them, and that'll be cool. And this red D20 is gonna go in my bag of dice. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna pull out. I'm just all over the place here, man. I'm crazy. These awesome D20s, if I can get them in my hands. And you can always tell because they are heavy. Look at those bad boys. Those I got. It looks like it's going to focus just fine. Those are nice. And my phone's ringing. Really nice dice, nice and heavy. So this one, I think feels about the same weight, I guess. So anyway, that's the D20s in there. That'll go awesome. Very excited about that. So that was the dice, Skull Splitter, skullsplitterdice.com. If you haven't been to their website or you don't know about them, go check them out. I think it's worth your time, especially if you're looking for new dice. In the Critter community, yes, I'm a Critter. I'm a huge Critical Role fan. I'm enjoying Season 2 very much, but there's a big thing on there with dice and everything, so I think it's kind of funny because it's, I've been doing this for almost 30 years, and every gamer has their dice, mojo, their dice thing. Mine is that I don't really have one. I don't believe in the dice rolling badly. I just keep using the dice. They are random, and they will roll what they roll. If it's meant to roll high that night and you need it to roll low, changing dice, I feel, isn't going to make a difference. But that being said, everybody has their own stigmas about their dice. You can even get giant D12s, man. Look at this. That's for my Tefra game. So that being said, that's the dice. Go check them out. Skullsplitterdice.com for $13, just over $13. It's $9.99, $9.95 plus tax. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them, at that website I gave you. And I think it's a pretty good deal for what you get. Especially it's kind of random. So it's like, ooh, you don't know what you're going to get. I like the blue dice, but like I said, it's a full polyhedral set. I really don't need them, so I'm going to give them to Dot. I think that'll make a nice present. Her and her husband are in my gaming group, and I play Torg with them, and then they sit through all the crazy games that I want to GM. So it's just a little thank you to them. I've given their son Danny several sets of dice to help him out in his dice collection, and he seems to like most of them. So pretty happy with that, and it's nice to pay it forward a little bit. But what's next? We talked about we got to cancel Tefra. We talked about we're going to move. I'm running Coriolis this weekend. I've already made my notes. Looking forward to it. I found a very cool adventure on Drive-Thru RPG for Coriolis, and all I have is the core book. I don't have the GM screen, but I'm looking to pick it up when I can. One of my other players actually has the GM screen, and he's going to let me borrow it. I don't think I really need it too much, but I just want to have it for reference. So let's get on to the meat of this video. We're already 15 minutes in, and we've been babbling like crazy. I do apologize. I'm not feeling that well, so I'm going to babble even more than I normally do because I'm just not up to par. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about Degenesis by Six More Vodka. This is a crazy post-apocalyptic game written and designed by some people in Poland. If you go to the sixmorevodka.com website, they are a media content creator. They make everything from graphic drawings to websites to just pretty much anything you need. They can make it if it has a graphical content to it. And they've got some examples of their work up on their website. It's amazing work. I am actually going to send an email to these guys and see if I can get one of the guys on the channel on Mr. Mean Speaks here probably towards the end of summer once I get all moved, because after this video, guys, I think the content's going to be a little slow in coming. We may see one more video. I'm hoping to get moved out of here by the end of April. That gives me May and June to be in Minnesota and hopefully get on my feet and move out and be on my own by July. I'm hoping. That's the plan. We all know what happens to plans, though. But anyway, Degenesis. This, and you say, well, Mr. Mean, where's the hard... If the book is so beautiful, why don't you have a hardback, a hard copy of it? Well, here's the problem. This game isn't carried in the States by anyone that I know of. I couldn't find it online in a local retailer anywhere. And it's an indie press game. And one of the big things I pride myself on for my channel is bringing attention to these small indie publications. And with this game, of course, it being out of Poland, and the euro is up a little bit on the dollar as at the time that I went to purchase these, which was about a month ago, to get hard copies of the book and get it mailed from Poland to Beaumont, Texas, would have been $202 and some change. Now, I just got finished bitching about how I can't support my family and how I'm broke, so spending $200, not going to happen no matter how badly I want the game. I did find the PDFs, though, and I bought the PDFs, and I got to say, worth every penny. Gorgeous. Don't remember the cost because it's been over a month and I've slept since then. I know it wasn't terribly expensive. It was a decent. I felt it was bang for the buck. I'm lucky that at my job, the manager of our print shop is a super nice guy, and he told me if I ever needed anything printed to let him know. So I took him up on that offer, and we have a nice big, huge Xerox, prints super fast. I mean, things like the size of a room. It's a monster printer, but it only does black and white. But I gotta say, he printed it on some nice high quality paper. I'm gonna try and find a nice big image here, a good image, not a piece of art or something like that. Any other time I could flip it open and find amazing art right off the bat. Oh, that's a little too graphic. I don't want to. The art, this is very much an adult-themed game. There is some nudity in it, not a whole lot. The production quality, the layout of this is gorgeous. I talked about how beautiful Shattered was, and I had the developers and the designers of Shattered on the show, And I'm not lying. Shattered is a beautiful game. If you haven't backed it yet, they're getting ready to fulfill the Kickstarter. And once the books get here, everybody will get their books. I will get my book. I have already spoke with some of the guys at Shattered. It's Never Dark Enough is the name of the company. And they've agreed to come back on the show after the book is in the wild. And we're going to go through the book and everything and just do another Mr. Mean Speaks live video broadcast. So anyway, these guys are right there with the indie guys and Shattered. This is a beautiful book. This is one of the pages. I mean, and I know my crappy little webcam here probably isn't doing this justice, but I'm telling you, this book is absolutely gorgeous. It is broken down into 2 books. One book is called Rebirth Edition, and this is the world setting. Tells you a little bit about the clans and AKA cults. And what's going on in the world and how things are moving. It's not pretty, but it tells you enough. And it's based in Europe, so they really don't talk about the Americas too much. I'm trying to find an image that's not too dark. All the art inside the book is pretty much black and white. There's a good one. Let me go back to that. Yeah. Spitalians. These guys are crazy zealots, it looks like to me. I haven't read up too much on them, but again, that's another art. The actual typesetting of the book and the way the book is printed, when you print it, looks like that. You can pause the video there and take a look at that. It's very well done. The translation, like I said, this is a German or Polish. I'm second guessing myself now. I thought they were out of Poland, but I think they're actually out of Germany, if I remember correct. I think their mailing address is in Germany. So I believe it is a German company, not a Polish company. So I apologize for that. But there's all these factions in the world in this area, and their ranks and their hierarchy. They give you some almost like NPCs. They give you a name and a little bit about them, their culture, their concept, and their cult, and a little blurb about them with a little piece of character art. So there's nothing that says you couldn't print out an extra page or so and then, just use that as a handy reference for an NPC. That's, I think, high quality. There's another awesome piece of art. I mean, the art quality in this book is just amazing. The layout is very concise. The art is very evocative and very dark, but it is consistent. And everybody who watches my channel knows that's a huge pet peeve of mine, to be consistent. And these guys, they nail it without even blinking. Here's a hierarchy and ranks of the Jem'Hadayans. Jem'Hadayans. Right there, you could probably pause that and look at that. And it's very cool. So it's just, the book is just amazing. The art is fantastic. It's very post-apocalyptic. There are guns, but it's a lot of swords. There's psychic powers. There's even one of the cults that's all about sex. It's pretty awesome. But they use their sex to, they get powers from sex and everything. It's pretty creepy, but it's very neat. There is a little, like I said, there's a little bit of nudity for the women. I haven't seen any male nudity, which, like I said, doesn't really bother me one way or the other. But some people, if they've got young kids or whatever, you may not want to leave this laying around. But it is a gorgeous, gorgeous book. So this is the World Book, Rebirth Edition. It comes, if you physically want to buy it, it comes in a black edition in a slipcase with 2 books, or a white edition in a slipcase with 2 books. This is the white edition, obviously. I have not seen any pictures or anything of the black edition. I was looking on YouTube trying to find like an unboxing video of the black, and I couldn't find it. I did find one of the white. It was in German, I believe, and it was gorgeous. The books they're white. It looks just like this and says Degenesis. Gorgeous in the white, but the white would get dirty from handling it, and I'm real fastidious about my books. I don't want anybody touching them if I can avoid it, so I don't feel so bad with these because I can print more of these if I need it. The joy of being in IT is I always have access to usually a color laser jet, and I can print. I can print all I want. The cool part is if you have a Kinko's or a Office Depot or one of those Staples, what I do is I use my work printer. And I print these, and then I take them to Office Depot, one of those said, big box stores, and Office Depot appears to be the cheapest for me. I don't have a Staples close by. Kinko's charged me, I think it was the UPS store, which is Kinko's now, and they charged me $8 flat for this book, which, like I said, the Rebirth edition. Now, I got the Catharsis book. This is the character creation and everything you need to make a character, more background on the cults and the factions. This is pretty much what I would call the player character book. It's also got the rules in it for everything, so it's kind of the GM/player book. The other book, Rebirth, is basically the world setting. As far as I can tell, I've gone through it pretty good. There's no rules in there or anything. It's all about the background and the world as it stands at the time of the game. Catharsis is your player's guide and your GM guide all in one. Tells you how to play the game, and the art is stunning in it, to say the least. I'm trying to find a good picture. Yeah, here's a good one. Right there. That's one of the Stukov nomads. So that's just they go through and they give you a one